Dreaming of studying in the US? In this video, I'm going to show you 7 proven ways of coming to the US for work. Let's get started. Hi everyone, my name is Faisal. I'm the founder and CEO of Scholarden. I have been mentoring students for the last 9 years and I have dealt over 45,000 students in those years. In this video, I'm going to share what are the 7 important ways you can work in the US. Before we move on, I just want you to subscribe to the channel and press the like button so that we can share more information videos with you in the future. So the first option is a study option, and study option is the most easiest way to come to the US and work over here. So let me explain how. So there are 2 types of student visa. One is called F1, the other one is called J1. The only difference between them is that J1 is sponsored by the government and F1 is affiliated with the university that you're applying for. Let me explain the difference. If you're coming here on a Fulbright scholarship, the visa that you'll be given is J1. Or you're coming through any other government-related scholarship, either it's the US government or the government from your home country, you will be given a J1 visa. Whereas if you're not associated with any government-related scholarship, so you'll come here on a F1 visa. Also, if you're coming here on an exchange program, then the visa would be given is called J1. So students who are coming here even for a month or even for a day on an exchange study program, so they will be given a J1. So both J1 and F1 can avail this opportunity for working in the US, but there is a catch over here. So after J1, you cannot extend that into other work-related conditions like a green card or anything like that. And you have to return back to your home country. Whereas in F1 visa, there is no such limitations. You can work in the US, you can get a green card, you can apply to other type of visas as well. So we'll discuss other type of visas in the later part of the video. So after F1, you can avail a STEM OPT. OPT is an optional practical training. And what is a STEM OPT? STEM OPT is given for those students who are coming on a STEM programs, whereas simple OPT is for those students who are in other program which is not STEM. And the only difference between STEM OPT and OPT is that the OPT is for 1 year, whereas STEM OPT is for 3 years, which basically means that you can work in the US for 3 years using STEM OPT, and you can work on a simple OPT for 1 year after finishing off your studies. Let's move on to the next one. I call it a temporary work visa, or you can also say it's a non-immigrant work visa. So I categorize that into 3 more categories, which is H1B, L1 and O1. I'll briefly explain them in a bit. H1B is for those who has specialized skills in the field of IT, engineering or healthcare and etc. L1 is for those people who are mainly working for multinationals. So imagine somebody is working in your home country on an L1 in an office in a company, and the same company has an office in the US. So you can request your company to bring you over here if there's a need to come here in the US. It's a transfer from one location to another one. So that's how you can easily work in the US through L1 visa. The third one in the temporary work category is called O1. O1 is the exceptional ability visa. It's mainly given to the exceptional talented people in the field of arts, science, business, education and athletics. So after finishing off with the non-immigrant work visa, let's move to the next one, which is the permanent work visa. Permanent work visa are also subcategorized into 5, which are EB1, EB2, EB3 and EB4 and EB5. So let me explain you the difference between EB1 until EB5. EB1 is also for individual with the extraordinary abilities, and EB1 has a very high standard bar of getting selection. So very few people actually apply for EB1. The success rate of those individuals is 70%. The next category is called EB2. EB2 is for those individuals who are either PhD students or master students or even bachelor students with 5 years experience. So EB2 is mainly for the people with advanced degree or their exceptional ability. The next category is that people coming here in the US, either coming here on the Masters and PhD, they can also apply for EB2. And I've seen a lot of my students are getting visa acceptance or green card through EB2 NIW process. The next one is EB3. It's mainly people with a specialized skills. For example, chef or carpenter or plumber. So anything which has a specialized skill set. So these are the categories that actually falls into EB3 category. The next one is EB4. It's a special category of visa which is mainly for the broadcaster or the religious workers. So the fourth visa type that we talked about is business visa. So there are 2 types of visa which comes in the business. One is E2. E2 is for those individuals who wants to come here in the US and wants to start a small business for up to $50,000 to $100,000 US. So this visa category will fall into. It's a non-immigrant visa, which means that it cannot be converted directly into green card, but you need to apply for a separate visa to convert into a green card. EB5 is an immigrant visa, and by applying for that visa, if you get it, a short case of a green card. EB5 has a very strict guidelines of a huge investment, so you need to invest up to $800,000 US to at least $1 million US in a business, and you need to hire some employees locally, American nationals, and then you'll be granted this visa. So after the business category, we are going to the fifth category, which is called B1 visa. B1 visa is granted to those individuals who are coming here for visits, for meetings, for conferences, for seminars, or for business meetings. So anything that is related to business, they can come here, work here, but they cannot earn money over here. It's just a type of category where you can come here, visit. For example, you're working for Google in your home country, and you're just coming here for some meetings and meeting clients or working on some project, but you're not being paid over here. So you're just coming here, visiting, meeting people, and that's a visa category that is called B1 visa. The B1 visa is granted for 5 years, but the maximum time period you can spend in the US is 6 months at a stretch. After B1 visa, we're talking about the family immigration. So once they get the green card, they can easily work in the US without any issue. They'll get a social security, which is ID card that has been granted by the US government. And once you have the social security, you can work in the US. In the last category, we have 3 more subcategories, which is diversity visa, which is also known as a lottery system. The other one is refugee and asylum. And the third one is K1 visa, which is basically you marrying somebody who's already a green card holder. So if you apply to all those categories, if you fall into any of these 7 categories which I've talked about, you can definitely work in the US. In some categories, you can work temporarily. In some of the other categories, you can work permanently. These are the main visa type that you can work in the US, but I find that the most easiest route is coming here on a study visa. So you can easily come here on a study visa, and then you can easily convert that into a green card, or you can convert into H1B. And I'll give you the pathway of how you can come here through a study route and then convert that into other categories. I hope you like this video. If you want to watch videos like these in future, do subscribe to the channel so that you can get notification on every new video that we upload. I wish you good luck and stay tuned. Bye-bye.